Inferno destroys 5 second-hand clothes shops. 1 cycle go down at New Chekon. Like-minded group extends immediate relief to shop fire victims. Youth mysteriously found dead in field under Hingang Police Station in Imphal East. Family claims body. Assam Rifles foils a cross-border narcotic smuggling in border village of Songdoi in Churachandpur district. Heroin worth 48 lakh rupees seized. Kuki in Manipur, Kim, concerned for Kuki Chin people of Bangladesh, says they are becoming victims of ethnic and religious persecution perpetrated allegedly by Bangladesh. And Arjuna Awards for Outstanding Performance in Sports and Games 2022 given to athletes including Manipur's judoka Likmabam Sushila Devi. Hello and welcome. You're watching IS English News. Before we begin, we would like to remind you to practice physical distancing, hand hygiene, wear masks, protect yourself, and get vaccinated to ward off the virus. Now the news in a bit more detail. 5 second-hand clothes shops and 1 cycle go down were reduced to ashes in a major fire last night near New Chekon traffic point under Porompat Police Station in Imphal East. Sources said that fire broke out around 11:30 p.m. Fire service personnel rushed to the site to douse the blaze, but it quickly engulfed the shops, destroying them completely. It took hours to put out the inferno. There were no reported casualties. The value of the properties destroyed in the fire was not immediately known.
Yamna khawdana thora pa mayolang bogo tadosna awa batarba moren dukan phang yamanga segi
Meanwhile, like-minded group LMG extended 10,000 rupees as immediate relief to the godown owners and the second-hand shop owners that were destroyed in the fire at Chekon last night. LMG Publicity Secretary Rakesh Naurem appealed to all concerned to extend aid to the shop fire victims. 23-year-old man was mysteriously found dead in a field located opposite Hingang oil pump near Hingang Police Station in Imphal East early in the morning. Later, the body was identified as Haigrujam Sanjit Raj, son of H. Jiten of Uyumpok Awang Lekay in Imphal East. Earlier, a police report suspected the youth died of drug overdose. Police informed that the body was claimed by the family at 10:20 a.m. Kuka Battalion, under the aegis of Headquarters IGR South, foiled cross-border smuggling of narcotics in border village of Songdoi in Churachandpur district today. Based on input received from own sources regarding transshipment of contraband items across Indo-Myanmar border, troops of Assam Rifles launched an operation near border pillar number 36 and apprehended a drug peddler coming from across the border. On thorough search of the individual, 120 grams of heroin in 10 soap cases were recovered. The seized narcotics were assessed to be worth around 48 lakh rupees. The recovered items, along with the drug peddler, were handed over to Singhat Police for further investigation, IAR South said in a statement. With deep regret, the Kuki NP Manipuri Kim The Kuki-NP Manipur Kim has expressed deep concern for the Kuki-Chin people of Bangladesh who are becoming victims of the ethnic and religious persecution perpetrated allegedly by the state of Bangladesh in an entente with other armed groups in the Chittagong Hill Tracts of Bangladesh. The Kuki-Chin people of the Chittagong Hill Tracts in Bangladesh are the flesh and blood of the Kuki-Chin groups in Myanmar and the Kuki-Chin Mizo groups in the states of Manipur, Mizoram, Nagaland, Assam, and Tripura in India. The persecution started when the Rapid Action Battalion RAB, a special armed police force of Bangladesh, has launched an attack in October 2022 against the Kuki-Chin National Army KNA, a revolutionary group demanding for the creation of a separate state in the Chittagong Hill Tracts in southern Bangladesh. However, what must have been termed as an operation against an armed revolutionary group has taken a turn in a callous religious and ethnic persecution against the Kuki-Chin populace. Subsequently, many villages of the Kuki-Chin people have been ransacked, brutally forcing people out of their homes. Besides, many Kuki-Chin people have become victims to the inhuman torture in the hands of the persecutors, Kim said in a statement today. What is most disturbing is the unconscionable discrimination against the Kuki-Chin groups, who are the indigenous people of the Chittagong Hill Tracts even before the creation of Bangladesh state in 1971. In fact, as a result, many Kuki-Chin people have become homeless and landless, which is utterly unmerited. The ethnic and religious persecution, therefore, is a crime of the highest nature and therefore calls for immediate assistance and action on humanitarian grounds. It is also a gross violation of various rights stated under the Universal Declaration of Human Rights adopted by the United Nations General Assembly in 1948. The Kuki-NP Manipur, therefore, would like to appeal to the government of India and other government and non-government organizations or various other groups to stand for the cause of justice and humanity, to stand with the Kuki-Chin people and to raise voices against the unjustifiable persecution by the Bangladeshi forces against the Kuki-Chin groups in Bangladesh land and extend helping hand to let the people feel human again, the statement urged. Meanwhile, the Kuki-NP Manipur Kim has congratulated the newly elected president of United Naga Council UNC, NG Lorho, and his entire team for the tenure 2022 to 2026. The Kuki-NP Manipur Kim is pleased to extend heartfelt congratulations to the newly elected president of United Naga Council UNC, NG Lorho, and his entire team for the tenure of 2022 to 2026, according to a press statement. It said, the Kuki-NP Manipur is confident that the newly elected UNC president and his team will ensure constructive collaboration for the mutual understanding and peaceful coexistences throughout the tenure. Quote, I also would like to take this opportunity to extend our warm welcome in pursuing cooperation between our two communities in particular and every community in general so as to safeguard peace and harmony in the state. I wish you all success during mandate as President C.H. Ajang Kongsai, President Kuki-NP Manipur, stated in a statement. Now, Arjuna Awards for Outstanding Performances in Sports and Games 2022 were given to athletes including Manipur's Likmabam Sushila Devi, Judo, Sima Punya, Athletics, Eldose Paul, Athletics, Avinash Mukund Sable, Athletics, Lakshya Sen, Badminton, HS Pranoy, Badminton, Amit, Boxing, Nikhat Zareen, Boxing, Bhakti Pradip Kulkarni, Chess, R. Pragnanandha, Chess, Deep Grace Eka, Hockey, Table Tennis legend Achanta Sarat Kamal was on Wednesday bestowed with the Major Dhyan Chand Khel Ratna, the country's highest sporting honor, by President Draupadi Murmu in a glittering National Sports Awards ceremony at the Rashtrapati Bhavan in Delhi on Wednesday. While Sarat is the lone Khel Ratna Award recipient, 25 sportspersons, including shuttlers Lakshya Sen, HS Pranoy, woman boxer Nikhat Zareen, Track and field athletes Eldose Paul and Avinash Sable were conferred with the Arjuna Award. The event is traditionally held every year to commemorate the birth anniversary of hockey legend Major Dhyan Chand on August 29. But last year also the event was held on another date. The Dronacharya Award is the regular category handed to Ziwanjot Singh Teza, archery, Muhammad Ali Kamar, boxing, Suma Siddharth Sirur, parachuting, and Sujit Man, wrestling. Discus thrower Seema Punya was the first to receive the Arjuna Award from the president, followed by Paul, Sable, Sen, Pranoy, and Panghal, among others. The Dhyan Chand Award for Lifetime Achievement was won by Ashwini Akunji C, athletics, Dharamveer Singh, hockey, BC Suresh, kabaddi, and Nir Bahadur Gurung, para-athletics. Siraj Srija, who partnered Sarat to win the mixed doubles gold in Birmingham, described the moment as unforgettable. The ceremony was also attended by Sports Minister Anurag Thakur, along with the host of other dignitaries, including his deputy Nishit Paramnik. Laimayum Dhanuchandra Singh, renowned Manipuri film scriptwriter, producer, director, and approved artist of AIR Imphal, died today after a personal illness. He was 78. He breathed his last this afternoon at his residence at Yai School, Hiruhan Malaikai in Imphal West. Dhanuchandra wrote over 100 scripts for Manipuri films, including Madhavi, Kanaga Hinghauni, Amambasu Anganbani, Aroy Banate, Tawan Mijakna Ken Krabada, and Shiroi Lili. Dhanuchandra was also the founder president of Cine Artists and Technician Association and also founder of All Manipur Matam Isai Kanglop Amik. Churachandpur Battalion, under the aegis of Headquarters IGR South, extended life-saving medical assistance to a snakebite victim of Maumwal village in Churachandpur district today. Gom, aged 19 years, was bitten by a snake on right hand at around 1:30 p.m. and was brought to the company operating base at Assam Rifles at Aina by his relatives at 2 p.m. today. The medical staff examined the site of bite, wherein he had minimal local swelling and reported the pain. He was immediately rendered essential medical care and his condition was stabilized, Assam Rifles said. Manipur witnessed 0 coronavirus cases in the last 24 hours. The total of 116 samples were tested in the past 24 hours, which returned negative. The state's tally remains at 1,39,918. The number of active cases stands at 6. There were no fatalities reported in the past 24 hours, as per the latest updates from the state COVID-19 Command Control Room. The recovery rate stands at 98.46%, while the death toll remains at 2,149. India reported a single-day rise of 279 new COVID-19 cases, which pushed its tally of the infection to 4,46,72,347, while the count of active cases has declined to 4,855, according to Union Health Ministry data updated on Wednesday. The death toll due to the disease has climbed to 5,30,620, with 5 fatalities being recorded, including 2 deaths reconciled by Kerala. The data updated at 8 a.m. stated. Active cases now comprise 0.01% of the total infections, while the national COVID-19 recovery rate has increased to 98.80%, according to the ministry. A decrease of 127 cases has been recorded in the active COVID-19 caseload in the span of 24 hours, the data showed. The number of people who have recuperated from the disease has surged to 4,41,36,872, while the case fatality rate was recorded at 1.19%, it stated. According to the ministry's website, 219.92 crore doses of vaccine have been administered in the country so far under the nationwide vaccination drive. 44 Assam Rifles under the aegis of 22 Sector IGAR East distributed 4 water storage tanks to Rongkhong 2 village of None district today at Awangkhul outpost with an aim of developing long-term sustainability of water supply system. Under Operation Sadbhavana project, water conservation would be promoted through storage in tanks for future use. The distribution of 4 water storage tanks to this far-flung village in None district will enable them to store 8,000 liters of water and would resolve water shortage during winters. Such initiatives by Tamenglong Battalion at grassroots level goes a long way in forging the bond of trust and friendship among locals and Assam Rifles, a statement said. The Shangrur police on Wednesday lathi-charged protesting agricultural laborers outside Punjab Chief Minister Bhagwant Mann's rented accommodation. The laborers demanded an increase of minimum daily wage to 700 rupees under the Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act 2005, implementing 5 Marla plot schemes for Dalits and allotment of the third part of common panchayat land on leash to the community. They were protesting under the flag of Sanjha Mazdoor Morcha, a joint front of 8 labor unions. Hundreds of agricultural laborers gathered near Patiala Bathinda Road in Sangrur in the morning, and later around 3 p.m. they marched towards the Chief Minister's rented accommodation. When they reached outside the private colony where Mann's residence is located, the police started using force on them, and they also resorted to lathi charge. It's now time for a very short break. We'll be back with the latest updates.
Manipurda agri entrepreneurs based in a basket Pukai agri business None banana company na chingba kaya semkalaba matung program asi hauzik Manipur ge agri entrepreneur ainingba mipum khudingmakta ge application kaujari Manipur ge district pumnamak cover tawjagani training pigani amadi khangalaba entrepreneur singda business pilot tawnana ba grant ke mateng supijagani business idea or model bu wahi chamanga dagi tadana ithoklaga apply tobiyu Ekhoi email address contact@malkkfoundation.org Hena akupa marol ke damak 897-447-8068 te contact tobiyo
Electric laktabana maram oiduna asabe ising phanglor haibi nungsa thiningai leitraba Thompson solar water heater Contact number 9612391300 and 9862669522. Aikhoigi address Hairanggoidung Nithamja Karong, Impal West.
And welcome back. None Battalion of Assam Rifles under the aegis of Headquarters 22 Sector Assam Rifles and Inspector General of Assam Rifles East organized a lecture on impact of extortion on common man for local public of company area of responsibility at village Kotlen in Kangpokpi district today. The lecture was organized to bring awareness amongst the local people against extortion activities in various forms present in the society. These illegal activities are rupturing the whole system of peace, law and order in society as a whole, Assam Rifles said in a release. Troops of company operating base Scotland also used this opportunity to interact with local people to discourage illegal activities being carried out by many underground groups and their overground workers in the area and rather encourage peaceful coexistence and rapid development. Participants understood and agreed that extortion activities are cursed to any civilized society and is carried out by those who want to earn easy money without doing any hard work. The village authorities and local participants from AOR expressed their gratitude and appreciated the endeavor of the troops of Company Operating Base Scotland for initiating such motivational, encouraging, and informational lecture for the local people. NATO allies promised to send equipment to restore Ukrainian power supply system, which were knocked out by Russian missile strikes. The allies also assured to boost its air defense system capabilities of Ukraine. Foreign ministers from the NATO alliance, including U.S. Secretary of State and Antony Blinken, began a two-day meeting in Bucharest yesterday seeking to sustain Kyiv's military through a coming winter campaign. Ukraine President Volodymyr Zelensky said that Russian forces were attempting to advance in multiple regions. Meanwhile, NATO chief Jens Stoltenberg also said that the military alliance expects more missile attacks on Ukraine. It was not a usual evening in Imphal on Tuesday when all roads led to the HVS Ground Patsoy, where Danish pop band Michael Learns to Rock MLTR was all set to perform for a crowd craving to relive some good old times. The gates were opened at 3 p.m. With the fear of getting stuck in traffic due to the ongoing Sangay Festival in Manipur, many people turned up early at the concert venue. The desperate crowd was left waiting and wanting until the show finally kicked off after 6:30 p.m. with the popular local voice behind Innocent Eyes, Best Vocalist at She-Rock 2018, and Dinah, the voice of Barak, playing the opening acts. From there on, the show wouldn't stop. Ananya Birla, an Indian singer, songwriter, and entrepreneur, dared not to disappoint a jam-packed crowd with her maiden performance in Manipur. The much-awaited MLTR finally took the stage and set it on musical fire with their all-familiar numbers. Tuesday evening was all about walking down the memory lane of the late 90s and early 2000s for many, and a lifetime opportunity to witness their old-time favorite band performing in your home turf. For the iconic Danish band, this was their first performance in the northeastern state of Manipur, and the love they received was phenomenal, as over 10,000 people gathered for the musical evening. It was a frenzied crowd when the Denmark-based global band opened with their original song, Complicated Heart, released in 1993, and went on to their greatest hits, including 25 Minutes, Paint My Love, The Actor, and How Many Hours. And let's look at some sports news. In FIFA World Cup 2022 today, Tunisia will face France, while Australia will lock horns with Denmark. Both matches will be played at 8:30 p.m. Indian time. Charged with confidence after defeating Tunisia 1-0 for their first World Cup finals win since 2010, the Australians are determined that the breakthrough victory should not be wasted today by a failure. Denmark are still paying the price for failing to score against Tunisia in their opening 0-0 draw. France will look to strike the right balance between resting players and keeping their World Cup momentum going when they take on Tunisia in their final Group D game. The defending champions qualified for the knockout rounds with a game to spare after a 4-1 win against Australia and a 2-1 win against Denmark, and a draw with Tunisia would guarantee them top spot. Qatar became the earliest nation to exit from the group stage of the FIFA World Cup in 92 years. The hosts were defeated by Netherlands 0-2. England will next face Senegal in the round of 16. Wales finished in last place in the group and has been eliminated. In the other Group B game, USA defeated Iran by 1-0. Now we have the headlines once again. Inferno destroys 5 second-hand clothes shops. 1 cycle go down at New Chekon. Like-minded group extends immediate relief to shop fire victims. Youth mysteriously found dead in field under Hangang Police Station in Imphal East. Family claims body. Assam Rifles foils cross-border narcotic smuggling in border village of Songdoi in Churachandpur district. Heroin worth 48 lakh rupees seized. Kuki in Manipur, Kim, concerned over Kuki Chin people of Bangladesh, says they are becoming victims of ethnic and religious persecution perpetrated allegedly by Bangladesh. And Arjuna Awards for Outstanding Performance in Sports and Games 2022 given to athletes including Manipur's judoka Likmabam Sushila Devi. Coming up next is 9 p.m. Manipuri News. Keep watching IS News.